Hi, we are Grigori Gharveyn. This is part 9 of our current project, Our Future History, How the Earth Made Peace. Part 9, the Hermetic Brotherhood. It was the emergence of noetic and mimetic sciences that made it possible for our ancestors' interfaith movement to help create world peace. Noetic and mimetic sciences were parts of the Enlightenment movement, a movement that has its origins in antiquity and may be traced back through ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and beyond, through various ages, different orders of the Hermetic Brotherhood. At the time that our ancestors were first beginning to build a successful foundation for world peace, the Hermetic Brotherhood was already many thousands of years old. Brothers existed all over the world in many different cultures. Their traditions kept them united across the continents and down the ages. Brothers of the Hermetic orders had a hand in the evolution of every known civilization throughout all of our known history today. The brothers were instrumental in the evolution of all of our cultures, nations, and religions, including taking part in helping to shape all of the holiest scriptures of every faith and tradition. At the time our ancestors made their successful bids for world peace, the Brotherhood had operatives everywhere, incarnate human entities as well as mimetic agents and agencies. Virtually every person on Earth was hosting Brotherhood mimetic agents and agencies. This made all people on Earth parts of a loosely knit federation, a federation they very often had no awareness of being a member of. The Hermetic Brotherhood had been planning a coup of sorts for many thousands of years. The Hermetic brothers understood their own minds. They had achieved enlightenment. The brothers knew that it would take a long time to teach enlightenment to every corner of the earth. However, they also knew that their own enlightenment was meaningless without the collective enlightenment of the entire world. All people were once prisoners of their own hearts and minds, often helpless to heal themselves or helpless to help themselves to succeed in their own lives. It was from the prisons of their own hearts and minds that the Brotherhood intended to help everyone to free themselves. Liberation of every soul on earth was the goal of the Brotherhood, a form of liberation known to the Jain people as moksha, liberation from karma. Karma may be something like divine justice, but karma is also programmed into people's minds. Because karma has very functional influences on our behavior through the actions of our own subconscious and unconscious minds, each person may always understand and resolve their karma for themselves. The Brotherhood knew this. The Brotherhood wanted to be sure all people could free themselves from their karma. Only a liberated people could build the world of peace, liberty, justice, security, diversity, and abundance that the Hermetic Brotherhood envisioned. The Hermetic Brotherhood and the Enlightenment movement were often discredited because they often seemed to threaten the security of orthodox religions and tyrant governments. What the Brotherhood threatened was the invisible means by which many people held political, religious, financial, or military power by controlling the hearts and minds of their subject populations. The Brotherhood wanted to liberate everyone from any form of coercion or domination. The ancient Brotherhood believed that only when all people's hearts and minds were free may they themselves also be released from bondage. The brothers chose to remain earthbound to guide us all to enlightenment. To the ancient Brotherhood, we must all be free or no one could be free. The Brotherhood understands that each civilization creates many different kinds of mental and emotional chains with which to hold people's hearts and minds hostage. These chains are inescapable. However, we may often have some freedom to choose which chains we wear. We may imagine some chains to be more comfortable, more fashionable, or more socially acceptable in different cultures or circumstances. Each person may enjoy their own chains as best they may, but all people wear these chains. The science of mimetics arose to define how our chains were made and how we may unmake them with enlightenment. The science of noetics arose to define skills and abilities that would emerge more strongly with the advancement of enlightenment. The Hermetic Brotherhood helped guide the development of mimetic and noetic sciences. It was first necessary to prepare the minds of the people before they could receive enlightenment. To do this, the brothers established skills, philosophies, and fables in every culture that would interact synergistically to advance enlightenment in each person who learned them. As more people learn more about themselves and their cultures, they would become more aware of themselves and more aware of their environments. Each person's cognitive evolution would advance more rapidly. Their emerging awareness would synergistically unite them with many other people, all sharing the same experiences through similar or through different cultural information vectors. This was the plan of the Hermetic Brotherhood. The brothers laid the seeds for this design in the hearts, minds, and cultures of every crop of people on earth. The brothers did this great work out of love. Today, we understand the heroic measures often taken by members of the Hermetic orders to nurture the flames of liberty and justice in the hearts of every person on earth. However, in our ancestors' times, as our ancestors were working to build a lasting world peace, the Hermetic orders were often cast in a very bad light. Members of the Hermetic order were often accused of being blasphemers, devils, worshippers, abominations, and worse. The myths and legends that the brothers carefully crafted were sometimes used against them. It came to be the case that one powerful social vector driving the possibility of global civil war was strongly related to misunderstandings regarding the Hermetic Brotherhood. A terrible injustice was nearly committed at that time. An injustice that might have killed as many as 5 billion people or more was only narrowly averted. That the Brotherhood survived and managed to save nearly everyone who was then in peril is a matter of record now. That the Brotherhood turned out to be our heroes in every age is now understood and appreciated. Our ancestors, and we ourselves, all owe a great deal of debt to the heroes of the Hermetic Brotherhood. Thank you. Namaste.